Welcome, welcome, welcome. I tell you what, can you remember when we first discussed Marty Supreme and you didn't believe me?
That's right.
That this show, Marty Supreme with Timothée Chalamet, all about table tennis, was coming out.
I'm already starting to cry. To think that there's a table tennis movie, you're going to need tissues. You're going to need tissues on this show,
talking.
brother.
I bought you a present. Open the present while I'm doing it and you have to explain what it is.
He's brought me a bat. He brought me a bat. Oh, look at this. Terrasphere. I think that was one of the brands that they had in the show.
May well have been.
Oh, you know what? We don't normally have props, but I'm going to show you a couple of things that I can discuss in the film. So we will come back to that later. The tissues. It's the earliest I've cried in a show because having table tennis in my blood, it's actually hard to believe that we're talking about it. I mean, no one cares about it.
I actually can't believe it. I really can't believe it.
Can you believe it, seriously? It could win Best Movie. It could win Best Movie. It could win Best Actor.
Timothée Chalamet won the Golden Globe for the Best Actor
playing
as a table tennis player.
It's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe.
It is.
I have never seen you
God bless him.
So excited, so happy.
Well, we actually watched it together. Very few films we've actually watched together, and we did.
There was not a question in my mind that we were going to see this together. I got us the best seats in the house. I made sure we were there early.
We're dead centre in the theatre, and in the second scene of the film, he's playing the table tennis, and I'm sitting there thinking, how good is this?
Oh my goodness.
I was 5 out of 5 before
it even started. I mean, it's bizarre. But we'll talk about the movie. Well, I'll tell you.
How have you been, Robbie?
Well, I was going to say, if you haven't seen the movie, is it worth seeing the movie before? No. Don't see it. It's a brilliant movie, and I thoroughly recommend watching it. But we're not really going to spoil it a hell of a lot for you. But watching Timothée Chalamet on the big screen in this role, I thought he was brilliant, and he thoroughly deserved the Golden Globe, and I hope he wins the Oscar because he was so different to any other movie that he's been in.
There's a fascination, though, with him because he wanted it so badly with Complete Unknown. There's a fascination with him when he's going to win Best Actor. If he doesn't win it for this one, it'll be like a noose around his neck of every year they're going to ask him and he's going to push for more movies. But
I think they did that with Leonardo as well. They didn't give him one until, what do you call it? Crikey, what's it when he get bear clawed to bits? Shit.
You walked yourself into one now. I don't know which one.
I'll come back. The one that you texted me about when he's in the wilderness. Oh my goodness.
Leo is.
Yeah, you're hopeless as well. Okay, anyway, forget about that. We'll come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Okay.
What's been going on? What's been happening? Tell me.
Oh, I was going to ask you your first take on the film. What's been going on? I'll tell you what's been going on. When I was on my holidays, and I wanted to say this in the opening, this is a silly, quirky thing. You know when you go up and down an elevator and the elevators stop, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice what happens when we get to a floor? I had it for 2 weeks. The whole world freezes. No one knows what to do. People in the lift don't get out. People on the outside don't get in. Everyone looks, it's like a game show, The Price is Right. What's behind the curtain? As I stand there, and I sound rude because I say, okay, someone do something. It's unbelievable. I was once on the lift and it closed the door because the people, who has right of way? The people leaving the lift or the people getting into the lift?
Well, that's a silly question. That's an obvious question.
The people in the lift, you would think.
Get right away, of course. You've got to be able to get out. You can't come in and then make it even more congested.
They don't move. I look around. Are you getting out? You press the button. And my wife's given me the elbow. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. I said, no one's moving.
No, you have to do that. You need
Come on, peeps.
You need a leader. You need someone to get things moving along. Otherwise, people are sheep. They'll just stand there, gormless, looking or on their phones.
What did they think was going to happen when the doors open? What? Wild animals were going to be in space? Did they think we're on a rocket ship? The door opens, you should walk straight out. They just stand there.
It's the same on a train. Doors open.
Very similar.
And if people try and get in and don't let you out, it's very rude.
We were in Thailand, in Bangkok, a few years ago, and talk about cultural differences. The way they come on and off a train is elite. They have a left and a right. They queue. They're magnificent. They don't swear. They don't complain. They stand there. Boom, they come off. Right, they go on. It's seamless. The train's at the station for 30 seconds. In Melbourne, in London, mind the gap, it's 2 minutes compared to Asia is express.
Have you ever tried to get on a train in India?
Well, yeah. I saw footage of that when I was away too.
Get on, please. Drusha, shoving you on.
You don't need to do your racist voice.
It's not a racist voice. I could do my English voice.
Why
mate,
did you
when
need
I'm
to
on,
do the voice then?
Because it's the same way I'm pushing you on a tube, mate. Come on, everybody, time to go. Let's go.
I don't know if you would have
Off to
done that.
Epping.
You wouldn't have done that on if it started with
I
English.
might not have.
I don't want to label you as a racist. We'll get cancelled. But you don't need to do. At least you didn't do your head.
What do you mean I could do that?
It's
It's
not
like the Scottish.
Robbie,
We're not having this
you can't do
conversation
that.
again. I could do the Chinese accent as well. There's nothing
Jesus.
wrong with doing accents.
It is.
Speak to Jim Meskimen. You think he's does a million accents?
But he declares it. As long as you're not doing it in a mocking way,
I'm not doing it in a
disrespectful.
mocking way. It's not a disrespectful way. It helps tell the point. Anyway, we move on from that.
Well, tell me what happens on. I didn't hear a word you said because I went straight to he's racist. Tell me what happens in India when they get off the train in your Scottish voice. Just,
A million of them getting pushed on, getting pushed off, sitting on the top.
is it done in a controlled manner or it's just helter skelter?
Are you joking?
Well, I'm just trying to give you a lead in. It's crazy stuff.
It's crazy stuff. And I'm pretty sure anyone who has seen any of the any of the videos on some of these trains are
it's madness.
It's mayhem. Absolute
Do
mayhem.
you reckon people get injured? They must get trodden on and stuff. If you'd fallen,
I think people get injured and or killed all the time.
Jesus.
Must do.
Okay, I'm looking up Oscar. I'm looking up. Leo. Leo is what you said.
Oh no, that'll come back to us. We can't look that up. That is actually ridiculous. Maybe it's
When he's in the forest, you said.
not in the forest. He's kind of in the not the outback. What do you call it? The wilderness, and he's left there by Tom. Oh my God! I hope my memory.
Okay.
Is stuff
We'll
that-
move along. Okay, so tell me, let's get into the film. This is a big film.
Okay, do it.
Dear to my heart. Tell me your first thoughts on Marty Supreme.
As I said before, I thought it was great. I thought, what I was not sure about, because I didn't want to watch. Sorry, I didn't want to read up about it before I went to the movie. I wanted it all to be a really nice surprise, and it was. It was nothing like I expected. I think we talked about this at the end. We expected more table tennis, but actually, and we expected it to be based on the guy Marty Reisman, who was one of the first or best table tennis players. But it's not. It's a fictionalized story. Oh, I'll tell you about it. Shall I do this short summary?
In a second, I'll give you my first view and then we'll throw it back to you.
Well, okay.
Okay, well...
It's loosely based on the life of real-life table tennis hustler and champion Marty Reisman, drawing from his autobiography, but it's primarily a fictionalized, dramatized story rather than a strict biopic, with many events and details changed for cinematic effect, but it captures the spirit of Reisman's hustler persona. I think that was the key. It captures
the spirit
of the guy, which I think he
It's
did
a nice way of
brilliantly.
wording it, by the way.
I think that
We'll
is...
talk about that.
Well, that's what I think of it.
Was that your words? Or
That was my words. No.
Okay, so my early take of this film was, what a surprise, how different it was to what I was expecting. I was thinking training montage. I had in my head, we're watching a table tennis player's training to win the world championships, and we're going to see training montages, and he's going to eat well, he's going to practice, he's going to be mentally tough, and he's going to have some crisis come in. The table tennis was just a vehicle for very short snippets, right? There wasn't a lot of table tennis in it. Right. That was the end goal. A lot of the film was trying to get to Japan to the World Championships and raise money. Right. It's back in the 50s. He had very little money and he was a hustler, this guy. Right. And I don't put the word hustler in a positive light. I mean, he was a pretty awful human.
He was a horrible human being. That's why I wasn't sure. Like, he starts off, Chalamet, as quite a lovable young guy. He's 20 odd years old, 21, 22. And this is probably a 2-3 year period in his life, or in the life of
Marty, you're talking. Marty.
Yeah, and God, he did some pretty nasty, horrible things in terms of getting what he wanted. And
Well,
maybe
let's talk about it.
Well, maybe you can talk about the psyche of an elite table tennis player. What does it take, right?
Well, just a question. The fellow that the movie's based on, did he have sign-off? Did he have final cuts? Or was
He's dead. He died in 2012.
So that'd be no. Okay. Do you want me to answer that question, really?
I want you to run this podcast because this is your movie. Let's go.
Sure, no problems. Okay, so a lot of the film, what Rob's just talking about there is, a lot of the film, it's make it on your own. It's self-belief. It's don't ask your parents for help. Don't ask your friends for money. He needed to get to Japan. He needed to pay a bill to the Ritz-Carlton for $1,500. How could he do that? and he kept finding hustling ways to do it, whether it was having sex with Gwyneth Paltrow and stealing the bracelet off her neck.
Why don't you talk about that a little bit? Where did Gwyneth Paltrow come into all this?
No. Well, I'm just going to feed into the psyche, and then I can talk about Gwyneth Paltrow in a minute. So there was a number of things that he wanted to do. He said he'd look after someone's dog, and then he pretended, then they got lost. He was going to sell the dog back to the owner. He had hustles everywhere. He was going to move. So table tennis is predominantly, back in the 50s, table tennis was played with a white ball. Okay, and you can see a white ball on a black background. You can see the ball. In the film, they go through a white ball on a white background. You can't see the ball because you can't play competition with a white background. So he created an orange table tennis ball. If he'd just done that, he could have been a multi-millionaire, right? But everything always went wrong for him, which was a bit of artistic license, right?
It was all artistic license. I mean, he was a horrible human being. And
horrible. He got one girl pregnant, and he denies it the whole film, even though he knows deep down that it's his child.
And he steals money from people. That was Rowan zipping up his table tennis.
He gets a gun on the guy he works for the $700 he thinks he's entitled to from the shoe store in the opening scene. I am holding a gun to his friend. Give me the $700 out of the safes, which he gets arrested for later on. So yes, there's example after example. We've done half a dozen. There's 20.
Where it just keeps going wrong for him, and he keeps hustling and hustling until he actually kind of gets to breaking point where he has to beg a billionaire businessman,
Rockwell,
for money to get to this tournament. And he ends up getting spanked on the bum and humiliated with the table tennis. Have you ever been spanked on the bum with a table tennis table?
I have not, but you asked me a serious question. I want to give one serious answer, okay? The psychology of being an individual sports person, whether it's table tennis, you're a swimmer in an individual race, is I must rely on myself. I will do it no matter what. I will drive no matter what. You can't rely on somebody else. You're not a team sport. The mentality and the psyche is different. And it's an extension. Table tennis and his life are umbilically linked. There's no doubt about it. He did not want to ask. He has a speech with Gwyneth Paltrow. He's just had sex with her. They're in the bed. And he says, go back to your life. Go back to your money that your billionaire husband has got and who you hate and your comfortable life. I've got to do it by myself. And then he says a brilliant speech. The best part of the whole film for me was when he says to the girlfriend who he gets pregnant. I mean, it's horrible, but that's the mindset. He said, your life's nothing. My life counts because I've made choices. I've made sacrifices. I've got an honour to the ability. Now, it's very self-indulgent.
But why is that the best? Why do you like that so much?
Because
do you believe that? Do you think that?
It resonated with me, yeah. It resonated with me because...
So tell us, what did he say again?
He says, I have a God-given talent and I've made sacrifice. I can't live a normal life like everybody else. I need to fulfill my talent that I've been given. You're nobody. And it's horrible.
And you feel that?
I feel it a little bit, not to that level, right?
No, but then?
Then, because you think to yourself, when I was growing up, I'm not going out for parties at 16. I'm going to bed. I'm not drinking.
Did you shaft your friends? Would you?
No. Not the shafting of the friends. It's the if you listen what he's talking about.
But he shafted his friends. He robbed from his friends. He stole. He lied.
Thing. No,
he did whatever he could in order to get to the next place.
No. That part is not the part I'm discussing. That's horrible. No, I don't do any of those things. What I'm talking about is the burden of... It's sometimes seen as a burden, whether you're like Tiger Woods, you've got this incredible talent as a young age, not to waste it.
So it's a singular focus. It's a tunnel vision on a talent.
It's incredible self-belief, individual self, that I should win, that I'm the best, that I can do it no matter what hurdles in front of me. It's like a triathlete when they're in the water and they've got to come out and still run 42 kilometres. There's no one else to rely on. In basketball, the clock runs down. In tennis, table tennis, you must win the final point. And you can come back. In table tennis, you could be 20 love down. You can still win because you just got to win the next point. The mindset is, and that's what he was like. He did not want, and so when he finally gets to the point when he breaks down and says, I'll do anything, he was still willing to get hit and be totally embarrassed, right? But he got there.
But he got there. And even when he promised to do and lose the match at the end.
Yeah.
When he lost the match, probably not intentionally, although he said it was intentionally, he demanded to play again. And that was completely against everything that he'd made the deal for. So he went back in his word again after he'd kind of got there because he just cannot
Accept
let go of.
I could.
That
I almost picked the ending, right? He
Well, it
plays
was like Rocky. It was like you knew that. Of course, you. I mean,
No,
that's
but he was mucking around in the first one.
He was always going to win. He was always going to win.
No, but he had to. Yes, he was always going to win that last game, but he couldn't let it go. It was staged. You've got to see me at my best. He wasn't getting into the World Championships, which I didn't understand that bit, by the way. Why did that?
Okay, I'll tell you.
The man that ran table tennis, the Indian man that ran table tennis worldwide, said, "You can apologise, but you're not coming," because he was rude at the British Championships.
No, so he scammed his way in to the Ritz. So they were put up in some shabby accommodation that he wasn't happy with. He thinks
At the British Championships.
Yeah, so he scammed his way into the Ritz Hotel. That's where he met Gwyneth, and he expensed all his food and the room to the table tennis committee for $1,500, maybe more. So he got fined the $1,500 for doing that. And he had to pay that back before he was allowed to go to the Japan to play again. And that's what he was trying to raise the money for. And even after he raised the money, he only got it 2 weeks before the tournament was about to start.
And they'd set the draw up.
And they'd set the draw up. So they weren't going to have this kind of loudmouth American come in and dictate what they were going to do and how they were going to run the competition.
Right, I missed that. Okay.
Which at the time I didn't realize that it wasn't all real. I mean, you do
It's
have
all what's it say?
wasn't real, wasn't a real story.
Oh, yeah.
So you start to realize that when he's pulling knives out and shooting people and lifting.
Well,
guns
yes, it was
and
very convenient. The ending was very convenient that he's playing the world champion. Okay, well, I'm not. And 1 minute before that, he's been told he's not in the tournament. So he says, "I'm not going to play you next week. Let's play. And so he plays him, and he.
So I think all we're meant to take from this movie is the spirit of Marty. The spirit that this guy was. He was, and then
Have you seen Catch Me If You Can?
Bits of it, like the Harlem Globetrotters. Part of it was true.
All right.
So there are certain parts that were true, and he did have a partner, a table tennis partner, and they did go and play at halftime with the Harlem Globetrotters, and they made a lot of money there. And I'll talk about Marty in a second and what he's actually achieved, because I think that's very important.
And the hustle. I mean, they did a couple of hustles in the bar, and then they got beaten up and lost the money again. You know, they hustled for the money. Remember, that was a good scene. You could pick that as well.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll tell you a little bit about Marty Reisman now.
Please.
He won 22 major table tennis titles from 1946 to 2002, including 2 United States Opens and a British Open. From 1949 to 1951, he toured the world, performing a table tennis comedy routine for the opening act of the Harlem Globetrotters. I said halftime. They hit balls with frying pans in the soles of their sneaker. He became the oldest player to win an open national competition in a racket sport by winning the 1997 United States National Hardbat Championship at the age of 67.
1997?
Yep. He continued to be, at 1997, at the age of 67. He continued to be one of the most visible and known personalities in the table tennis world, and so I'm surprised you didn't know who he was back in the day. He was a flamboyant figure, known for regularly wearing fashionable bright clothing, accompanied by his signature fedora and Panama hats. By the way, the movie is The Revenant that Leonardo DiCaprio was in.
Oh, thank you. Good get.
Right. In 2008, he appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman. Fellow guest Matthew Broderick mentioned Reisman while talking about his ping pong hobby. Letterman then revealed Reisman was in the studio, emerging to perform his signature trick of attempting to split a cigarette with a ping pong ball live on stage. Reisman was president of the Table Tennis Nation at the time of his death in December 2012. So you could go back on YouTube and you can search for this guy. I'm surprised you didn't.
The part that annoys me with a lot of this, and this is from a table tennis perspective, is that the sports had no credibility. Okay, I've been laughed at my whole life. What do you do? I'm a table tennis player.
Now at 52 years old.
No, that's not a sport. And I would always say it is the way I play it. I mean, it's pretty cocky, but that's what I would say, right? It is the way I play it, not the way you play it, right? And here he is having to, you imagine being the best in the world, okay? And to sing for his supper, he has to do novelty things. That's hit it with a pan in the halftime of the Harlem Globetrotters. It would make him sick. He was pissed off. He wanted to be champion of the world. He said, I will put table tennis on the map, the large American. It was going to be in Time magazine, the whole lot. And even watching it, when I watched it, I'm thinking, Jesus, I mean, if it was tennis or swimming or American football, you wouldn't have to do that. But table tennis, for some reason, is always seen as a novelty. Can you explain that to me? Why? It's played at an elite level. Why is it a novelty? No other sport cops it like table tennis.
And darts maybe, but even darts has probably got a better pedigree than...
It does. Darts doesn't get laughed at. Darts is always, you'll be drinking in a pub. But there's another skill.
Badminton?
I think maybe because everyone's got a table so everyone can play. There's the barriers to entry are low.
It doesn't seem that hard of a thing to be able to do. You know, it's a little ball in a bat and you're hitting it across a table. It doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem even that tiring or exhausting. But as we know, it is one of, I mean, you are dripping playing this sport. You're running around and you're smashing this little white ball.
I don't know, because you can play. I can play squash. I can pick up a. It doesn't make me world champion. I can play tennis. Doesn't make me world champion. But you say table tennis, everyone goes, "Come on."
It's like a kid. It's a kid's sport. It's a kid's game.
It's considered that.
It's a kid's bat and ball game.
Yet, I'll say this: in pockets of Asia and pockets of Europe, it's as big as soccer.
Pockets. I mean, in China, it's one of the biggest sports.
China, it's ginormous. I'll tell you. Do you want to talk? Do you want any in-depth into the table tennis? Or you're not interested?
Listen, we're 20 minutes in and we've got nothing. So you've got to give us some kind of interest.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a couple of things. I want to show you a couple of things, and I'm going to talk about a couple of things.
Just before you do that, remember this is audio. You're looking into the camera. For those that are watching on YouTube, we'll see it.
I'll explain it as I go.
Good idea.
Okay, so the way to hold a bat is you handshake it. Okay, so Robbie's shaking my hand. If I was to hold this bat, I would shake its hand, right? And I'd put if I'm right-handed, I put my hand across the bottom. The first thing you notice with Marty Supreme, if you've played the sport, he was holding his up like that the whole time. For those that can't see it, my finger closest to my thumb is right across the middle of the bat. The reason you wouldn't do that is it covers the surface area. There's more chance the ball's going to hit it and go nowhere. So you put your finger there. That's the way to hold a table tennis bat.
What's the difference between the black and the red side?
Nothing. You just got to have alternates because you can have different rubbers. So you can't have red and black and black.
Why?
It's just the way it is, because it's too hard to pick, right? So I could have fast spin, slow spin. I could have pimples, like long pimples or short pimples, right? That's the only thing that gives it away, because when I serve and hold it, so that's, for those watching, that's called pen hold, which is a big part of the film, because you can see that. That's how the Asians play. That's how you play if you're brought up in Asian cultures.
But why do they want to make it easier? I mean, like
because
it
would be near on impossible to pick the serve. So the fella in the film had a lot of backhand serves. He's hitting with a lot of side. Yeah. So you can hit side. For those that can't see me again, you can hold it side spin or under. This is quite amazing that I've got my two loves here. I've got my three. I've got my friend. I've got movies, and I've got table tennis all in one. If we had Nando's, I would not move.
You're off.
I would be that comfortable.
Okay, keep going, son. You're on a roll.
Right, but that's what it'd be, right? So if I had that and I go that way, it's side spin. If I drop my wrist ever so slightly, it's sort of chop and side spin. Now, if that's with fast spin, it's going to go a little quick. If I do that and there's pimples on that side, everything's reversed. Now, it's very hard to understand that with audio. For the table tennis players, you must have alternative colours on your bat. There's green is a very common colour as well. I'll tell you one other thing about the table tennis, then we'll move on.
The grippies?
There were some horribly fake moments in the final match.
Oh, yes? Oh, in the movie. Okay.
Yeah. So Chalamet hits a forehand. He's all out of position. And he hooks it in like that. I don't know if you saw the one he drilled down the line. Did it look real or fake to you?
It looked real to me.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Yeah, and they were doing and the last bit that you knew why he wasn't world champion. Chalamet served. Did you see what he? So the Asian gentleman serves was unbelievable. You see Chalamet serve
because he'd not come across that. You remember this is 1952. He'd not really understood.
I know, but you're not champion of the world with a flat backhand serve.
Well, you hadn't. The Japanese were not coming to the competitions at that point. So
well, there was some travel embargo that they were talking about. But look, he's trained. Apparently, Chalamet has had a table tennis table with him for the last 7 years on set preparing. Why are you laughing?
For the last 7 years.
Apparently. No joke.
Just a couple of months and you pick up table tennis.
I'll take it easy.
Oh, it's not. I mean, it's like we used to be superstars when we were kids, smashing the ball.
We used to be superstars.
Absolute superstars.
The collective
It's an easy game. So tell us about the ladies on the tour.
Was that's my table tennis? Oh, the ladies on.
Yeah,
that's the first thing. That's the first thing you notice, right? In the opening scene, he has sex with the girlfriend that gets her pregnant. He has some great sex with Gwyneth Paltrow. She looks unbelievable.
Magnificent.
Doesn't she? Well, I can tell you, growing up, you've made a lot of fun of me with this table tennis.
Not happened?
You don't walk up, hey, listen, you can go with the quarterback of the football team or you can go with the table tennis player. Who do you pick? It didn't happen to me. I can tell you, I did not drop table tennis with my girlfriends till at least the second date.
That, my friend, is because you don't look like a Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet.
And
No,
if you did, you'd be picking up Kylie Jenner and the rest of the Kardashians.
Maybe.
If you wanted that.
maybe, yeah, but I thought that was, yeah. Did you pick that was his girlfriend when she came in? Or did you think that was real when she brought up about a left shoe? I could pick up straight away.
Yeah, there was a semi-obvious film, but I'm not watching it so much for that. I was watching it for the table tennisy bits, but you're watching this movie for the cast. It was a great cast.
And he said some great lines. Did you like some of his lines?
Tell me about the lines.
Oh, well, because here he is. He's a slick salesperson. Like he rings up Gwyneth Paltrow standing on the bed, who's a movie star at the time, and he just keeps her on the phone, but engaging personality, great questions, ends up having sex with her an hour later.
The gift of the gab was something like I've never seen.
Very
that
much.
salesy talk. And
It's the self-belief, mate. It's the self-belief that you can get what you want, you can win the result. He says, you're a great, someone says to him, you're a great salesman. He goes, I could sell shoes to an amputee.
Yeah.
That was a great line, wasn't it?
It was a great line, and he's got no shame. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. If you're selling it and you've got no shame, and you will do whatever it takes to get that sale, and he was unabashedly unashamed about doing that.
Yeah,
and he did.
But not a good guy. Not a good guy.
Towards the end, it grated on me how much of a prick that he was, yeah, until the end. I mean, his acting at the end, a lot of close-ups in this show. His acting at the end when his girlfriend, the lady, had the baby, and he sees the baby for the first time, and he breaks down, was pretty amazing. And
that was beautiful.
I took that to be the start of his change as to what might come in the future. He's realised there's something actually more important now than himself.
Yeah.
And it's a little human, little Marty. And
well, you're right, because even when she was he's rushing her into hospital, and he didn't want to go in. He didn't go in because he didn't give a shit. It's not my baby. It's biologically impossible, is what he says.
And he said some pretty horrible things to her as well along the way.
Shocking.
So, yeah.
He did one beautiful thing in the middle of the film where he started to turn to be a decent guy. Do you know what I'm talking about? When the girlfriend was pregnant and he thought she had a black eye, he goes back home, gets his clothes, gets a trophy, goes down to see the ex-husband, and he knocks him out and gives him hell, doesn't he? Right? Beats the shit out of him with one clip of the old trophy. And yet the best twist of the film was later on he goes to wipe the girlfriend's eyes and it's mascara, and that was a ruse, right? They was con artists on con artists here.
Well, she made up the bruise to get back with him.
To get his attention, to get her into his life, because he was the father of the baby. The mother was a bullshit artist, was making, I'm having a heart attack. Marty, come home. So no one was who they said they were, and, through the film. There was one other major prick in the film.
Tell us.
Well, it was Gwyneth, Rockwell. This is the multi-millionaire.
So who is he as well? This is the Shark Tank dude.
This is the Shark Tank, whose name is Kevin O'Leary, right? So if you watch Shark Tank, the American version of Shark Tank, he's a very interesting, good guy. I don't know how he's got through to become an actor. I thought he played his role really well.
I thought he was excellent. You wouldn't have picked him. I mean, there was no bad casting in this movie.
No.
Everyone was believable in their own roles. It's really great.
Agreed. And he was, I mean, the what do you call it? The hitting him on the bum. He didn't, in front of his friends, to totally denigrate him was awful. But at the same time, probably the most awful thing Chalamet said, or I keep calling him Chalamet, Marty, was when he said, his son had died. They were Jewish. His son had died in World War II trying to save the Jews. And he said, I can't believe you're going back to Japan. They killed your son.
Yeah, there's some horrible digs.
I mean, he says, I'm going to do to his opponent, I mean, this is horrible, to make fun of anything to do with the Holocaust, I'm going to do what Auschwitz couldn't, right? Which was kill his opponent.
Finish the job.
Finish the job. I mean, the writers, they want to push the boundaries. There's no way in the world a human being has said that line, right?
I'm sure they're probably, of course there is.
You think someone has said that?
Yes, mate, I do.
Jesus.
Somewhere along the line. And Fran Drescher was in it.
Oh, sorry. Not from a Jewish perspective, maybe from...
Fran Drescher, Sandra Bernard. It was a good cast. I really enjoyed it. Enjoyed it.
Who was the guy that was his partner in crime? African-American guy. He was a cool dude. He was good too.
He was a cool dude.
I liked him. I hadn't seen him in anything before.
Tyler, the Creator, an American rapper, singer, songwriter, and record producer.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
I liked him as well.
Okay, I mean, unless you got more some table tennis trivia, I think we might need to move on to Rowan Reminisces.
Well, I'm just trying to look at, like I said, right? I don't need to go over it again. I could resonate with the psyche.
So tell us more. Take us to inside a tournament that you played once. Take us inside your best match. You don't want a blow by blow, bat by bat account, but is there something exciting that's happened in the world of table tennis that you could endure us with? Because
they're too self-indulgent. But I've obviously had some very big wins. I've beaten some Olympians. The Australia's two-time Olympian. I've beaten him a couple of times. And
fascinating.
Well, you asked me. I'm telling you.
That's good because I'm really interested. That's good.
It's the self-belief of an individual sportsman. You're making fun of me now. Okay.
Keep going.
Table tennis.
It's good.
Everyone laughs at table tennis.
I reckon we've lost half our listeners. No, this is your movie. We have waited 6 to 8 months.
Oh, I could tell you the one bit. I wish there was more table tennis.
Go on, tell us.
If it was me, I mean, I've just had an SMS from the president of the table tennis club. What did you think of the film? People want to know. This is going to go through the box office. I just don't think the quality's around of the movies at the moment.
Well, there's maybe that, but it's also a quality movie.
Yeah.
Tell us more. Tell us. Go.
Nah.
This is your show.
Okay,
because after this show, we never talk about table tennis again.
Okay. Well, then I'll give you. Can I give you one of my best stories?
You go. You take us away.
I'll tell you two. I'll tell you one good one, one bad one. Okay. When I was in year 7 at Wesley College, so I'm 13 years of age. It's the Victorian Schools Championships. Okay. You got to win your school. You got to win your zone. You got to win your region, and then you got to win the state. I won the school, the zone, the region. Wow. I get to state. We're in Ballarat. I was 3rd in Victoria at the time. The last 3 fellas in the group with me were the number 1, 2, 3, and 4. We were the last 4. We almost laughed because we play each other every Saturday at the tournaments, and there we found ourselves. I forgot my proper table tennis shoes at home, right? Dad couldn't believe it. So Dad and I, God rest his soul, we go out to Ballarat for the day, and we both said, you know what, we're going to have to make do. We're not going back.
Did you freak out? Like, were you properly, through you?
I was annoyed. I was annoyed with myself. This was a very, very big day. Commonwealth Bank State Schools Championships. I play the number 2 guy in the first. So it's a round robin with the best result, right? So every game counted. I played the number 2 guy, fixed him up in straight. Okay, so best of 5, 1-3-0. I was the number 3 seed. He was the number 2. Travis Freeland. All right, it's frightening. I remember these names. He came out of Geelong. All right. I then played the number 4, Darren Webb, and won that. And then I won the number 1. I won it.
You won the entire year and the whole.
I won it. And there's a photo at home which I don't have, and no one's caring. This is purely self-indulgent. I get that. All right. And Commonwealth Bank gave me. You can't imagine the stuff. I had it all over our.
What did they give you? What did they give you?
Oh, they gave me T-shirts. When you're a little kid, you get T-shirts.
What did they give you?
I'm telling you.
Get on with it. Come on. What's on the table?
T-shirts and posters, and I spread it all out on the floor. It's the greatest thing I've ever won.
Phenomenal. How old were you?
I was 13. I was in year 7. I was undefeated there.
Brilliant. And then from there, what happened? You got a lot of recognition. Did people say to you, maybe you get...
Well, it was years later. I was offered a couple of things, but I never took them up.
Well, what were you offered?
I could have gone to Europe and played.
Done what? Like similar to Marty?
I could have played on a contract for about 80,000, but I was in year 11 and I didn't want to leave school. And my old man said to me, you're not, I was about 8 in Australia. Mm-hmm. And he said to me, you're not 8 in Australia in tennis. You're going to need to make a living, Ro. So I did year 12. I was at Wesley. I did year 12.
So you didn't go to Europe. You could have been a contender, but you didn't go. So what would you think would have happened?
And I was never the same again after that.
Sliding doors moment. If you could put yourself back into that spot and imagine you'd gone, which I'm sure you've imagined many times, where do you think, what would have happened next? What was the next tournament? And then where? No,
I was going to play, I would have gone to play pennant in Europe and live there in a little flat all by myself and played competition and be paid to play and try and make it as a professional table tennis player.
And so maybe you would have been...
I would have been Rowan Supreme.
Harlem Globetrotters as well. Or maybe you'd be in China or Japan with the Rowan School of...
And we wouldn't have had this podcast. So that's that.
So sliding doors moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all. It's not all. I had I'll tell you one last one. Okay.
Table tennis accident, injury.
We went to Canada. We thought there was under 14s. I'm 12 years of age. We're crossing the Pacific, and they tell us that there is no under 12s. My mother, my grandmother go mental.
On the plane machine.
On the plane in the dark, they tell us. So I've been training for a year, and now all of a sudden there's no under 12s. So I make the quarterfinals of the singles, the doubles. I'm playing with I'm going to call this out here, you won't like this. Darren Lurie. I'm playing with Darren in the final of the doubles against another country, okay? We're 20-15 down in the final. I'm returning, okay? This is a good part for me. I win us the next 4 points, get us to 2019. They serve the ball at 2019. I hit it long.
You hit it long.
Hit it long, we lose. I got a silver medal.
So why is this bad on Lurie?
My partner did not talk to me for 3 years. 3 years.
Because you hit it over.
He blamed me. He blamed me. We became enormous rivals, tennis and table tennis. Shout out to Darren. We get along now. It's taken me a while to get over it, though, brother, I can tell you.
Wow.
Not even.
So he would have had a go at you straight after. Like, how could you miss that? What are you doing? What's wrong
How
with
did you not make that return? How did you... He made the final. Darren was 2 years older than me. He made the final of singles. He got a silver medal in the singles as well. The country that beat us, Israel, the fella won the gold medal in the singles and the double. He was an amazing player. He was an amazing player. I got beaten by one of the other guys. Yeah, in the quarter.
So I mean, it was always
he was an amazing player too, Darren. All credit to him. He beat a guy when he was 17 who was in the top 1,000 in the world.
Okay. That means nothing to anyone listening. You've gone completely off track. Your hand is there. I want to talk about the injuries. It's obviously a very physical game. Tell us about some of the horrendous injuries that you may have encountered.
I've broken a toenail playing table
Have
tennis.
You?
Yes.
How's the pinky?
I ruptured my spleen. If anyone knows that from Billy Birmingham, 12th man.
Have you ever played the game where you lift your top and then you hit the ball as hard as you can at yourself?
What?
You ever done that?
No.
Beer pong? Any other games have you ever had sex on a table tennis table?
I have not.
No, the groupies didn't want that.
The groupies didn't want that.
Take me on the table tennis
I've been a novelty act, and I've been a novelty act here in your house. Right? This is what happens. People think, oh, yeah, Rowan can do things. So Rob has 8 mates over, and Rowan make the ball go that way and that way, and I'm trying and showing, and everyone's sort of laughing like, what a tosser. Like the last 10 minutes, everyone thinking, what a toss bag.
Well, actually, no, that was pretty amazing because that's the thing. When we first got to know you, you came over and you did all that, and you would say, I'm going to hit the ball in that direction. And then, well, here's my own little story. You would say, I play you up to 11 or I'll play up to 21 with my left hand. Only then do you get the right to play me with my right hand.
That's right.
And my bat.
That's right.
I can officially say that I'm the only person to beat you genuinely with your right hand. Correct or not correct?
But not with my bat, though.
With your bat?
No, it wasn't. It was with your bat.
Semantics. Not
to me. It's like Superman and the cape. But yes, you beat me fair and square. Yeah. So maybe you could have gone to Europe and you could have gone. We could have bunked together.
I used to play a lot of table tennis back in the day. Me, Jeremy, and another friend, Giles.
Jeremy.
We had some great rivalries. Jeremy and I, some great matches. It was a lot of fun. In fact, he's played here a few times. Won't tell that story, but yeah, we've had some. And so I tell you what, actually,
do you like it as a sport, or do you think it is a joke? I
really enjoy. No, not at all. And it's one of the first sports you can teach your kids as well. And
it's a garage, what I call a garage sport, because everyone thinks they're handy until they play someone who's.
And
proper.
what's great about it is with kids, with young kids, is that it's so easy to play, right? And as a young kid, you never beat your parents until whatever age that is, when you finally beat your parent, is a massive moment. I remember my kids, I would play with them and I'd beat them. And then all of a sudden, Zach and Max, they got you got your iron essentially when you started smashing forehands back. And when you've got that, like there's no turning back. So there was a period of time when I would have some incredible matches that were like that, where you were just smashing the ball back and forward. So, but you got to practice for hours and hours and hours, and if you don't keep it up, you lose that. You don't get your eye in, and you move on.
He didn't practice a lot in the film. Did you think he didn't practice? He practiced a little bit at the end. He said,
"Well, he goes out to all the halls." Did you do any hustling back in the day? Did you go to any of the halls and hustle?
No, I didn't go to the halls and hustle, but I used to hustle people for a few dollars here and there. I'd say I'll play with my left hand, or we used to play. Shout out to our coach Paul Bronstein, magnificent human being. So what he would do, and his famous line was good handicapping. So I used to play in an event. And I would start minus 31, right?
Yeah.
And we'd have to play to 100 to 100.
There you go.
So he would start me at minus 31 and I'd serve the guy off, minus 30. And it was just, eventually you win, you wear him down. Right? But it's...
Talking of wearing down, I think it's time we moved on to Raw and Reminiscences. What do you reckon?
Listen, thank you for that. Right?
Thank
Whether
you for
anyone
that.
gives a shit, I love
There
it.
you go,
It's I played, just to give you a sense of how serious it is for me, from 7 to 17, 5 days a week. It was my entire life.
I know. I mean, I get it. I was a swimmer, and I swam competitive swimming 3 times a week.
Where's your movie?
In the morning.
You need a movie, mate. You need Chalamet to get the togs on.
There's not been a swimming movie.
Chalamet. Okay, you ready? Okay. What's it time for?
Not time for trivia, mate. It's Rowan Reminisces.
Rowan Reminiscence. I grin, not very often, but the music comes and I just bang.
Boom, you're alive.
Okay, you ready?
I can't wait. What year are we in? Tell us about
We are in 1952, the year the movie is set.
Okay,
so this is a hard one, okay?
I've got lots of quizzes for me, lots of questions.
It's not such a long one because it's a hard year to do. It's well before our time, but we'll see what we can do. So this is
gonna be great.
a lot of questions for you, okay? One of the most famous movie musicals came out starring Gene Kelly in 1952.
Singing in the Rain.
And it is...
Singing in the rain. Singing in the rain.
Well done, Robbie.
What a glorious feeling. I'm
happy again. Well done. You can't see the answers, can you? No. Okay. In 1952, King George died. Who took over the throne?
Was it his brother?
No, come on, you should know this.
King George in 1950.
It was the King of England who became...
the Queen. The Queen.
Queen
Elizabeth,
who?
Elizabeth.
Well done, Queen Elizabeth II, who only died a handful of years ago. Right,
I remember the Queen Mother, the whole family. Oh, it's got a bit tits up the old royal family, hasn't it?
It has.
There was a bit of Andrew nonsense going on over the break as well.
Andrew's been on the wrong island.
Andrew
has been at the wrong place. That's a whole show.
He's been doing his own ping pong.
The President of the United States in 1952 was Dwight
Eisenhower.
Well done. How did you know that?
Because I'm partially educated.
I reckon I always think you're dumb, and then you shine in this segment. You absolutely shine. Dwight.
Like a diamond.
How good's that name?
Dwight Eisenhower.
Dwight. He's not German. The biggest TV show...
Oh, but it's all right to do the accent. I can do Dwight Eisenhower.
No, it's not.
I can do an Arnie accent, Austrian accent, can you? I do a French accent.
I'm not... No, go and do your French.
Oh, oui, monsieur, bonjour, ça va?
Not bad. Not bad.
I could do better.
The biggest TV show at the time was A, Get Smart.
Get Smart.
B, I Love Lucy. C, The Cosby Show.
It's not The Cosby Show, that was Miles Letty and Numpty. Probably both, I would say.
No, you can't have both.
Okay, then I will say, I Love Lucy.
Bang! I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
I made up the other two. I couldn't think of a third older TV show.
What was the first one you said?
Get Smart.
Yeah, that's also later.
That's probably 70s.
99.
Who was your favourite? Jaime?
I didn't watch it.
Oh my God. The Cone of Silence.
Didn't watch it. Seen bits of it. Not my thing.
Okay. Rocky, who became the heavyweight champion of the world's surname was?
Actually, I'm picturing him, but I can't. Rocky Marciano.
Well done. You could get the sweep here. No, you can't. You've got all the questions. Now it's just a quirky fact. Well done. You got every one right.
Thank you.
The final one for Rowan Reminiscences for 1952 is this. Back in the day, doctors actually promoted smoking and cigarettes, and the advertisement was, cigarettes will help clear your throat. Can you believe it?
When we remove your throat, get a lung.
And they got the ciggy.
My name is.
Just light up a dart and a Marlboro.
Hello, my name is. Yes.
Can you believe it?
Please. Yes. No.
How ill-informed was medicine in 1952? That's Rowan Reminiscences for today.
Oh, brilliant. Well done. Very short, though. Very short.
It is, because not a lot happened. There was always, it's going to be, it's the transition.
What about who won the Oscar? Who was the best movie?
I had not heard of another film. I'd not heard of one of them.
That's not surprising, mate. But I might have, because you're asking me.
I'll bring it up on the next show the next time.
No,
All right,
no.
I'm not bringing up 1952 again.
No, exactly. So let's have a look.
Oh, you want to do that now?
Of course. This part. I mean, you've got one job, literally.
One job.
One job. Find out.
Talking
who the
about
Oscars-
myself was one. What was the other one?
Okay.
Okay.
Right. So you're going to find out who the best actor Oscar is, who the best actor was, who the best movie was. Well, you think it's what? Is it?
Yeah, it's trivia time, brother. Let's go.
Nobody got time for that.
We've always got time for trivia. Here we go. Budgets.
Well, do you want these answers or not?
Well, if you've got it handy.
Yeah, just
I'll
give
keep
us 1
talking.
second.
Well, I'm not going to.
Here we go. The best picture in 1952
Let me
was
guess. Give me some options.
Singing in the Rain or The Greatest Show on Earth.
Singing in the Rain.
Oh my God, you've got no ability to adjust. The only film I knew was Singing in the Rain, so it had to be the other one.
Yeah, I know that.
Wouldn't you
Okay,
have picked that?
of
Did you know
course.
that?
Yes, of course I know that. 60 to 70 million budget as of
Oh, you don't want to know the rest. You got me to get it up.
Go on.
Okay, the director, John Ford in The Quiet Man. Tell me if you've heard of any of this. Gary Cooper in High Noon.
Oh, no. Yes, of course.
You've heard of High Noon?
Yes.
It's a famous Western, I'm told. Shirley Booth, Come Back Little Sheba. Heard of that?
no.
Anthony Quinn in Viva Zapatia.
Anthony Quinn.
Who's he?
Big actor. Big actor. Very good actor.
Glor-
I think he was the old man in the sea as well. Anthony Quinn.
Gloria Graham in The Bad and the Beautiful.
Nope.
The fun bit of Oscar trivia, a lot of films today think High Noon or Singing in the Rain should have won Best Picture. Instead, film debates have been spicy since forever.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. That's it. That's why it's a shit year.
Budget, well, you got to make it spicy. Budget 60 to 70 million as of January. Well, the end of January.
Sorry, you go. Sorry. Go.
Marty Supreme has grossed about 90 million. It's going to keep going. It's going to keep going, and it's going to keep going, and
gonna
over
get big
100
numbers.
million.
Yeah.
Awards at the 83rd Golden Globe Awards. The film was nominated for 3 awards, including Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, and Best Screenplay for Safdie and Bronstein. We haven't talked about the directors. We actually stuffed up this start. You didn't do your summary properly.
Isn't that ironic? You said Bronstein. If you heard a second ago, I said shout out to our coach, Paul Bronstein. I thought that when I saw it on the screen last night was a little twist for the Victorian table tennis players amongst us.
This is fascinating stuff. You want to take over the trivia? The film has received 9 nominations.
How many?
At 9.
9.
At the 98th Academy Awards in March. We don't know what it is yet. Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Actor for Chalamet. Hopefully he wins. Robert Pattinson was the voice of the British Empire at the tournament.
Batman.
Uncredited. David Mamet. Do you remember who David Mamet is?
No.
The screenwriter.
Oh.
Kate talked about him. He was in it as well as
he?
the stage director.
Okay.
Yeah. And I sent you after the movie this guy. So there's a guy in it. I've forgotten his name now, but it's not that important. He was a homeless man that's got a silky voice.
Oh.
A voice of the radio.
Unbelievable.
You remember his name?
I'm looking it up.
So we've got Penn Jillette in there as well from Penn and Teller, the magicians. He was in the show. And this other guy, I have written his name down. I just can't quite find it right now. You'll tell me who it is.
I'll get you his name. I mean, his voice was from the gods, right?
He's the voice of the radio. Anyway, he was a homeless guy, and someone found him, and they kind of gave him his life back. And he was in the show as well. Anyway, there is not very much trivia out at the moment. That's kind of it.
It doesn't say his name.
It does, but don't worry about it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. That's it from me.
Oh, so you Rowan reminisces and then
no,
trivia.
well, there's nothing out yet. It's a new movie. We don't do new movies. Otherwise, we'd have no trivia. So we do other movies. Anyway, I recommend it. Let's sum it up. Let's get out of here.
It's unpredictable. It's fun. It's daring.
Table tennis.
It's entertaining. Table tennis is a vehicle for this guy to survive life.
Who would it?
New York in the 1950s, a hustler, a salesman, and it's a great watch. It really surprised me. I was not expecting this at all. And Chalamet,
Oh, my finger's getting ready for the rating.
I'm cross for you. For me, it's 4.5 out of 5. Really,
okay.
yeah. I mean, I loved it, but I've probably got half a point for the table tennis. So it's probably a 4 out of 5. But really enjoyed it. Highly recommend it.
What did you say? Exciting, and what were the other adjectives you used?
Unpredictable, and he's a hustler. This is catch. Okay, for those that have watched a lot of films, this is Catch Me If You Can. With Departed, there's the gangster element, there's the hustle element, there's the sporting montage.
I'll give you Catch Me If You Can. Definitely recommend it. Really, really fantastic cast and acting, and really well directed. Is going to win a lot of Oscars. Timothée Chalamet deserves it. He was brilliant in this. His mannerisms, his his speech, the way he would actually. How do you even explain
His delivery.
His delivery, the
his
way he would
delivery.
speak as soon as a question was answered, his salesy way of going, compared him to how he was as Bob Dylan, with that slow, laconic voice, compared to this, it's night and day. Fantastic. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, good score.
Yeah.
Good score.
Yeah.
I think that's it, Robbie.
Well, I think it is. I think we're also a bit, it's kind of, we're just back into it, second week back-ish. So we need to improve. Maybe it's the subject matter that was didn't give me anything to get my teeth into, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm very proud of you for doing all your table tennis stuff and opening up and playing with your bat. And
That's embarrassing, but I love talking about table tennis. It's a passion of mine.
you're not embarrassed about it.
Probably not.
Can we put the racket away now and move on with some decent movies?
Yeah, let's go do another film and have a hit at the same time. But for now, thanks for listening.
Until next time.